Hello guys, I'm Alex from ClinicSoftware.com. Thank you once again for your interest in ClinicSoftware.com, and I will be the host of this webinar where I will show you the main features of our software. We'll start with the main features. First of all, let me give you an introduction about ClinicSoftware.com. We are helping clinics, doctors, and any other appointment-based business to take care of almost all the aspects of their business. We have this fully comprehensive awarded software CRM, which has more than 100 tools and features where we do try to help businesses to manage better, to grow their sales, number of leads and appointments, and save more time and getting more organized. Today I'll show you the main features of the software, and we'll focus on the capability to manage all the communications between the business and your customers, between having the online appointments and payments from your online booking. We'll show you how to bring more leads into the business with dedicated forms which can be customized and installed in your website. In the same time, we'll talk about the capability to create management marketing campaigns via email and SMS text as well. So from email newsletter campaigns, but in the same time mobile marketing campaigns. Nowadays the opening rate is increasing dramatically on the mobile devices, comparing with the traditional newsletter marketing services. The opening rate for the mobile marketing campaigns are close to 90%. We'll also talk about automation trees, leads, capability to create tasks and track tasks. You can even have your own branded app, branded with your logo, your colors, and capability to manage your business on the go. In the same time, we will have the feature to sign paperless consent forms using any tablet, any device, even a smartphone. You can sign an unlimited number of consent forms. We do have great tools to manage before and after care pictures, track injectable procedures, draw injectable procedures, and for face, lips, and body, and compare these procedures in time. On top of this, we are integrating the software with a lot of applications you are already use. For example, we do have integrations, and we're an official partner with GoCardless.com. This will help you to set up direct debits with your clients, between the clinic and your customers, your patients. Stripe is where they can actually pay a deposit or pay for the treatment in advance in the online in your website. They do have the capability to pay a deposit with PayPal as well. For cheap and payment, we have a partner, Payment Sense. We do integrate with Zapier as well, so with this will help you to have Zaps, Survey Gizmo for different surveys. Duo, in order for you to have a two-layer of security with Duo.com and Google Authenticator. So every single time when you log into the system, the software will ask you to type a second code which is generated by your personal smartphone. We are integrating the software with Zero Accounting and Finance, with Braintree, which is a service by PayPal, with MailChimp, which is a service by MailChimp, having two products, MailChimp and Mandrill, integrations with Clinic Software in order to send your emails in your campaigns. Aweber, which is the same type of service for email services. Google Maps, Google Analytics, and Goals, where we do have the capability to install the tracking code inside every single step when the customer book online, in order for you to be able to track where the leads are coming from and generate more leads for your business, and know very clear, have a clear picture where to invest your marketing budget at the end of the month. You will be able to see very clear this inside Google Analytics. And we do have integration with Microsoft Office 365 for encryption of the emails as well. And we are an official partner, Treatwell.com, where we have a two-way communication between the appointments and the customers. So in real time, you'll be able to see the availability, and the appointments are straight booked into the direct calendar section in the software. On top of this, as I mentioned before, we have more than 100 tools and features at this moment, and all of them are listed inside our website. However, today I will focus on the main features of the system, which are in the first page of the website. Let's get started and move to the software. This is the software side. As you can see, we have tried to simplify the menu of the software. If you are watching our products and services for the last or latest years, you will be able to see in our website some different video webinars where we had the different layout of the system. However, we have simplified this for you, so it will be easier to manage and easier to use the system on your daily activities. After the first login into the software, we will be able to see the diary, daybook, calendar agenda, where we have a clear list with all the employees. At the top we'll have a column for each employee, and we do have the capability to switch between the resources view, week and month view. This will list and we'll have the capability to see exactly all the appointments from Monday to Sunday for a specific therapist, or we can have the capability to switch any therapist. In that example, we'll list all the staff members and all the locations. In the same time, you have day, week and month view as well, and if you would like to switch between the branches, if you have a business with many branches, then you can switch between the branches by clicking the drop box at the top, and this will open a different branch, and you will have a clear picture what is that availability in that specific branch. The software license which I'm using right now, it's an example. We have dummy data inside, and it will help me to give you more details about the software and the features. Having this list of the diary, we can simply click where we would like to book the appointment. As you can see, when I'm moving the mouse, the time is changing from 5 to 5 minutes, and the name of the therapist. That means this is very easy to book an appointment, and straightforward will pick the time for us and the name of the doctor/therapist. For example, I choose to book an appointment for lines around the neck, and I do have the capability to complete other details, but for the moment I just want to book an appointment, so I'll show you how straightforward it is. So I clicked up where you would like to book the appointment. The system will automatically select for us the treatment and the time and therapist, and then we will select a treatment. This is an example which has resources. We can have the capability to connect this treatment with resources, which can be different treatment machines and rooms, or we can book the appointment straight away. So it's a matter of clicks how quickly and easy you can book the appointment. Of course, if you would like to talk more details, we can go in more details with booking the appointment. So at the first click, I can book a busy time, lunch break or a meeting. I can add the appointment, and then I can choose a treatment. I have an option to use my search box and use typing 3 letters or any keyword will show you an availability of those treatments based on your search. So in this example, I can book one area, for example, select the treatment, and after that I do have the capability to specify if I like to book a service, which is a standalone treatment, or a course, which is a package of treatments, series of treatments, very popular for laser hair removal or any type of packages where we have the capability to book the sessions, track the sessions, how many sessions they have used, how many sessions they have left. We do have the capability. There are businesses out there which they do provide the capability to pay in installments for a course, so more people will afford buying a course of laser hair removal, for example, and this will increase the cash flow into the business, and then we can track the installments and in the same time the payments, and that's a good connection with Go Cardless, for example, where you can set up and take the direct debits automatically. In the same time, different options, we can switch between the therapists and doctors, and we can book with another therapist. We have an option to add a new client in the database. So in the same time with booking an appointment, we do have the capability to add a new client, and while booking the appointment, we'll create a new customer in the database. We have an option where we can search and select from the most active clients into the business, or search by name, or phone number or email. In this example, I will suggest you to use the search box and search by phone number or email, just because the phone number and email are unique, and it's easier to give you the right result which you are looking for, and book for that specific customer. Sometimes you can have customers having the same name or surname, and by searching by email you can easily select the right customer. Another field is another feature is the capability to write appointment notes, and we do have a dedicated area which we'll talk about in a couple of minutes, where you have the option to write clinical notes as well. You can specify as well how did you hear about us. You can ask the customer at the reception, and then you can have a nice image, a clear image where to invest the marketing budget. You do have a report which is connected with the leads functionality, plus you can export and see how many customers you have from that specific marketing source, how many customers you have from BBC Facelift website, how many from Google or from social media, from Twitter or LinkedIn or from Facebook, and you can easily track those. You can specify as well if this is requested, where a customer would like to book with a specific doctor or therapist. In the same time, after selecting the customer, we do have the balance, which is 0 at this moment. Your customers has the capability to go online and pay a deposit. That deposit will be added to the customer account balance, and we do have the option to withdraw the balance, and they will pay the difference at the clinic. Now, if the treatment will have resources, we have an option to connect resources, which can be rooms, laser machines, and derma pens, and different type of resources which are in connection with the treatment. So we'll have a clear picture how busy the rooms are, how many rooms are available, how many rooms are in use, and at any moment in time we know who is in the treatment and inside which room is. So it's very easy for us to track those details. Now the appointment has been booked here, and you can see it's highlighted already. So if I will click on the appointment, I will be able to see the details of the treatment. So I will have title of the treatment, date and time, staff who has booked the treatment as well, which is the support account. And in the scenario where we'll have a receptionist, of course the system will list the name of the receptionist. How do you hear about us? Booked on, and customer details. From this window we can go everywhere with one click only. So we have the option to visit and check the customer profile history, so we'll see which other appointments they have booked in the past. We can rebook the appointment, we can take another image before and after the treatment as well, or during the treatment. We can see which resources are connected, we can track the drinks, we can see the treatment protocol, open the consumables. We do have an option to connect the consumables as well, which are the personal products with the treatment, and send a message as well to this client via email and SMS text. We do have an option to access the clinic notes, the account balance, rejuvenation procedures, and the other features, and we'll talk about these features in the next minutes. Let me give you a quick introduction and what is the difference between a course and the treatment. As you can see, I have booked a course which is a standalone treatment one time, and if I would like to book a course of laser hair removal, or if I would like to check if this client has a course, I can simply go here, click add appointment, and what I have to do is to switch between the appointment type from services to courses. In this example, the system will load for this selected client all the active and paid courses for specific treatments which they have booked. We do have the capability to filter those by simply searching by the name of the course. So as we can see, we can search for full back example shoulders, and we do have a course which the client started, and they have 6 sessions left. The client came at the reception, and we have the client telling us that he or she is here for having the session number 3. We can simply check in the system. We can search by name or by ID of the course. As you can see, the ID of this course is 816, and you can select session number 3 and book the appointment. After booking the appointment, you'll be able to see the difference between a treatment standalone and the course. So you can see 1 hour session number 3, and if you click on it, on the right hand side, nice and clear, 2 installments is a course which has a total value of 1,414 pounds, and 360 pounds has been paid, having a remaining outstanding balance of 1,080 pounds. The customer already paid 2 installments and has 6 installments left. In the same time, you can see that 5 unbooked session and 7 unused session, and now it's on the session number 3, which the customer came to have it. After having the session, we can track the session and set this service as used, or we can have the system set up after we have chosen to have the session completed. This will be marked automatically as completed, and in this way we can see the color has been changed. Giving you a quick presentation about the color, we have a status, and the status will represent the color. So all the appointments which are by default yellow are booked. You can see here on the left hand side, when it's blue, the appointment has been confirmed, and this is connected with the customer appointment reminder. If the customer reply yes or Y to that text, then the color will change automatically into blue. When the customer arrived at the reception, we can simply click on it and change the status into arrived, and we do know the pink color arrived. If we like to use the status being seen, we have a purple color for that, when we know the customer is in the room and is having a treatment, or we do have different clinics where they can be treated by 2 different doctors or have a blood test, and they are being seen at that moment. So it's a process where they will have a booking with 1 doctor or 2 appointments with 2 different doctors. The color green is for paid. If we don't know if this has been completed or paid, we can simply change the status into the status check red color, which is an alarm. So the next receptionist or therapist can check if that appointment has been paid. We have a no-show, plus we can have a status no sell if that was a free appointment for a consultation, and they didn't want to go forward with the treatment, having booked a treatment after that, after the free consultation. Now, different features which we do have in the daybook is the capability to move and change between the days, and you can see Monday to Sunday what is the availability. I do have this nice calendar on the left hand side, and I can click on the daybook to open the present day. We have the capability to reschedule the appointment. I have an option to go and move the appointment for drag and drop. If you like to reschedule an appointment for Wednesday, for example, we can drag and drop the appointment back and see the availability. Plus, if we are going for Monday, we'll be able to see which appointments are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on the other days. I do have an option to open the daybook in X weeks in advance. So if you have an appointment which requires to book a session once a month, like extra hair removal, we can click weeks, open 4 weeks, and then the system will open the daybook section for us in 4 weeks time. So we'll not need to search in the calendar to book the second session. We have an option to print as well the appointments, so you can print this for all the employees or a specific staff if they would like to have them printed. In the same time, very important, the system will email you all the appointments at the end of the day all the appointments for tomorrow, and in the morning you'll receive a second email with the appointments which came during the night from the website. And other features, if we click this little clock here, this will scroll at the present time, so you can see the red line, and in the same time we have the calendar on the left hand side, which you can switch easily between the dates, and we can switch and select a specific staff member. If you would like to see a specific staff member, from the daybook view we can see exactly this resources feature, which will tell me which rooms I have available, the daybook view, when the day view with all the availability, week and month as well, which will give me a clear picture as well for these listings and the capabilities of seeing all the appointments and how busy the clinic is. Now, if you click the appointment details, you will be able to change the status from booked into arrived, and then into completed, and the other status based on the customer action. For example, after the customer has been seen, we can click to change the status in paid, or let's say this was a status booked, which has been booked over the phone, and then after the customer arrived, we'll change the status into arrived. Then if we like to take a payment of this, simply click on it. We can click set paid, and after that we're redirected to the payment page, where we'll specify and take the payment of the client, which is the POS part of the system. If we click set paid, we're redirected over there, and we'll specify if this is paid cash or card, on it depends how the customer would like to pay. And we do have this option in the right hand side. So you can see £350 on the right hand side, and then we have cash as features options, cash card, cash and card, direct debit, payment other, and cancel, send by email if you would like to send the receipt by email, and voucher as well, if you like to use a voucher gift card. Now let's say we like to take the payment with card. The customer would like to pay with card, so we click card, and we do have a couple of options based on the setup of the software. We can take the payment with an online gateway, and that means we do have the capability to type the details of the card into the system. If behind we have connected the system via PayPal API or via Stripe, or if we like to take the payment with EFT POS, which is one of our partners, Payment Sense. You can have the payment machine next to your computer, and if you click checkout with EFT POS, the same amount, £350, will go wireless to your payment machine. The payment machine will light up and will ask you to insert the card into the machine and complete the payment as well. Once the payment has been completed on the payment machine, that will come back into the system and will validate the payment in real time, and a receipt will be created and added under your customer account. So this is how nice it is, and will at the end of the day will automatically show you how many payments you had with card, how many payments you had cash, how many online payments has been completed, and a clear end of the day of number of the payments, what is the amount, the total, and what they were paying for. After taking the payment, the system will ask if you would like to schedule a new appointment, and this will push the receptionist to ask the client, to ask the patient, would you like to book the next session? And by clicking yes, I would like to book in 4 weeks, then by clicking the 4 weeks button, the system will open the day book in 4 weeks, booking the next appointment of that client, of that patient. And at the same time, it's a very good reminder for the reception ask the client if they would like to book a review, a follow-up, an appointment. However, I will close this window as I would like to focus on the customer profile and show you where is the receipt located. After taking the payment, we've been redirected to this timeline where you have all the interactions of the client between all the employees, all the practitioners, receptionists, doctors which are working into the clinic, and the client. And that's very nice. You have a clear timeline where you can see which appointments has been made, which consent forms has been signed, what are the receipts, which notes has been saved, what is the communication, and what are the emails and the SMS text that has been sent to the client, and the reply of the client. And this is my favorite features, or I can say one of the favorite features of the system, that in the timeline I do have the capability to have a clear picture who is my client, and the more you will know about the client, the more easier it will be for you to sell to the client your services. So it's good that you look in their activity, their previous history, and you know who's your client. You do have the capability to because we started from this receipt to see all the activity and all the receipts in the timeline. You have an option to filter. You can even search by a specific name of the form, or by a treatment name, or by a text which you are looking for. And as you can see, this is filtered in real time as well. And we have an option as well to send an email to the client straight from the timeline, or an SMS text, or add a specific note, a quick note about it. So that's very, very nice and very easy. Now, if we are going to send the email, but we'll have a minute here, then we'll come back to that specific feature. You have the option to write an email, straightforward, write your question. And when we talk about an email or an SMS text, we are not referring to automated emails and text, just because those are sent automatically by the system with based on your setup with 24 hours before the appointment, or 48 hours, or 3 days, etc. With these ones, you can send a nice aftercare, for example, or before and aftercare advice, or a consultation, or a treatment, or how to find us, or different email, where you can load, you can have your specific ready templates which are HTML ready, and you can load them into the timeline, and then just click simple send email. And you do have nice placeholders to use. A client name will automatically extract the customer name, phone number, email, date of appointment, and you can play with those. These placeholders are available at the top, and you can have a preview, and then you can send the email straight forward to your client. Same rules are applicable for the SMS text side as well, where you can do send for a specific treatment, reminders, or different type of templates which you can use, or you can write by yourself a nice email. In the same time, I can add a new note about the client, that new note, the customer has paid in, for example. I'm just giving you an example. Of course, if you look in the customer account, we'll be able to see the payment as well. But I would like to show an example about a quick note. And we do see this receipt. If you like to check all the receipts, what we're doing, we'll click profile, and then under the customer profile, we can nicely see all the details of the customer name, insurance number, if we have any, address, email, date of birth, age, notes. And if we scroll down, we will be able to see all the receipts and all the customer lifetime spend. So we have £3,050 and 60 pence. And we do have the option to view what was on that receipt, on each receipt, and you can see exactly what is the value of the receipt, and what is the amount of each receipt, with the capability to search for treatment, with the capability to filter by date range, by method of payment, plus you can filter by operator who was logged into the system. So we do have a clear picture of all the payments and all the receipts inside the customer profile. If we scroll down, we'll be able to see this. However, this was an appointment which has been booked, one-time treatment, and we took the payment. What I would like to show you, if I go in the daybook, I would like to show you a scenario where we book an appointment for a specific treatment, okay, and I will book for this specific treatment. We do have an option to specify the price or the duration plus the resources, and we can see which resource are available and what resource is in use, what you have to use. Or for example, this one, straightforward. Or I do have an option, and this will take the color of the resource. We can see all the and connect all the resources with a specific color for this type of treatment. Example, if I'll go to book another treatment, and I'm going to book, for example, this one, I do not need to have resource in the system. Will tell me in case I will need to select the resource and which resource I'm using. And the appointment has been booked. Let's say if I will need to sign a client consent form, what I will do, I will click on the appointment. If we have set up the software into the computer, into the tablet, we can open straightforward from the tablet, or having any tablet or any iPad around, you can click available consent forms, and after that you'll scan this QR code, and then after scanning the QR code it will open the software on the tablet, and I will show you how it looks. As you can see, I do have all the available consent forms on the tablet. So after scanning the QR code, you can have all the available consent forms on the tablet, and you have an option to sign a consent form. You have two options. You can install the software on your tablet, or simply by scanning the QR code, this will open all the available consent forms on the tablet, and based on the treatment you have, you can choose which consent form to sign. And as you can see, we have a clear leaf consultation forms. The advantage is that when you scan a QR code, all the customer details are auto-populated on the form, so you will save quite a lot of time. You can see the customer details already there, and the customer doesn't need to spend time to sign and complete every single field. Of course, they can add comments, they can answer the question yes, no, and at the bottom of the consent form, you do have the client signature and then the staff signature. Submit form. This is how easy it is to sign paperless consent forms and go totally paperless these days with your business. So we do have all the details completed and the signature on the tablet. In the same time, if you would like to send a link to the customer, so the customer can complete the form online from their home, which is in their comfort zone, we do have the option to send a link so they can complete and sign the form online, and that will have a date and time stamp when they arrive at the clinic. Of course, the doctor has the capability to talk to the client and take the form and place the signature after the consultation if everything is alright, and we'll have 2 times date and time stamp when the first signature has been placed and when the second signature has been placed. We do have the capability to validate the forms, sending an SMS text to the customer mobile, and only after typing the code, that form will be validated with the unique code which has been sent to their mobile. So we do have this option as well. After signing the forms are saved in a nice chronological order inside the customer profile. All the forms are totally branded with the logo of your clinic, with your custom questions, with your colors, and our team will help you to import all the consent forms. We do have a database of around 600 consent forms, which we can help you to choose from and adapt. Plus, we do have the capability to import your own consent forms and customized, and we'll teach you how to customize them. And for the beginning, we'll import all the forms for you, so teach you how to change a question and how to work with these forms. After the signature, these forms are saved under the customer profile in a nice chronological order. Now this one has been saved, and let's say if you would like to create a rejuvenation procedure, and if the treatment is related to a rejuvenation procedure, we do have the capability to check if we have previous procedures which has been created under the same customer account, or we can go for it with a new procedure. We have an option to create a procedure and check the previous ones. We can use a template, and these templates are versatile and it can be used for any type of treatment. And we can go zoom in, zoom out. We have an option to tap on the left hand side and choose which product we would like to use, and we can start from 0.1. You can see the units, how it goes up, and I can mark which areas I'm treating. Plus, I can choose the quantity from here. I can choose what to display on the system, and in the same time I can go zoom in, zoom out. I have an option to use dots as well, so I can specify which dots I'm using to provide this treatment, or here under the eye, for example. And we have an option to go and select and go with zoom in and zoom out as well. And we can draw and compare the procedures before and after, and these are an example of the injectable procedures and dots. If you like to mark an area, and we can click draw here, choose which color we use, and then we can use this color and mark an area which we'll treat. Of course, we can change the template, and we can compare with another picture, and this is an example of taking a picture of a patient. If you like to take another one, just click here settings and change from picture left or right for this example, which we have 3 angles. However, I can click save here, as I would like to compare and align with a different procedure, and show you how to do that. So if I'm going to the I have a filter, I have a search box at the top, which gives me the capability to search by name and product tracking code. And here I have an option export, overview, images, PDF, and email PDF, and compare as well. And then I can choose which one I would like to compare. I would like to compare right, front, and left, these 2 procedures, and you can see how it was before and how it is after. In the same time, I can specify if I would like to hide injectable markers or hide specific products, which each product it comes with a specific color, so it makes easier for us to identify. If we would like to do a procedure for a different part of the body, that's simple. You can click new procedure. You can specify if this is a lips procedure, a face, which has 45 degrees, 2 pictures, 3 angles, 5 if it's breast, body, breast, 5 angles, or a document, which gives us the capability to take a picture with the tablet, draw on the specific template, or using the template, or using this is an example for lips, for example, or using a picture which will take of the patient. So we at the end of the day we will decide what we would like to use as a product, and which if we like to go with the template, or if you like to take a real picture. This is an example for lips, and if I'm going to choose another template, we do have another one for body, which we can use. Plus the good part about it, if you're using specific templates with specific parts of the body, for hair transplant, for example, different treatment for arms, for legs, we do help, and we have the capability to import your own templates, where we are talking with our web designers, and we'll create a dedicated template for that specific type of procedure, just in case if you will not find it in the list. We have the flexibility to create and search and create this for you, so it will be easier for you to manage your treatments as well. Similar with the consent forms, everything which we are doing on the reservation procedures will be saved with date and time stamp under the customer profile services and treatments history, and you can always come back to this, and you can even click consent forms and see what is the consent form in connection with this type of treatment. So we do have these nice features, and you have an option to check the patient files, and everything is totally paperless as well in connection with your website. In order to bring more leads, you can have a nice patient customer journey from A to Z. Now we'll switch back to the software, and I will show you where the forms has been saved, and how are looking, and where these are located. So if you go into the appointment, you will be able to see consent forms history, and if you click consent forms history, we have a list with all the consent forms, and you can see clear lift form, date and time, and you can see a nice chronological order. So now we'll not need to have all the forms in paper format in a lot of drawers. We do have them nice listed under the customer account in a nice chronological order, and you have the forms, and with one click you can see how it looks, and this is what we just done from the tablet and the signature. This is an example of the forms which you can create. In the same time, we do have the capability to have a workflow as well, and you have simple consent forms which are totally paperless. You have different forms which you can include pictures inside the forms and create a workflow for your employees if you think this will help. And we do have the rejuvenation procedures which are created and related to the procedures which you can and where you can track the treatment, mark the injectable units, draw the areas, and compare these treatment, and all of them are saved under the rejuvenation procedures history. So we have the rejuvenation procedures page, and we have the consent form history page as well. Now if I would like to see and how it looks a consent form which is a workflow, I just need to click on the workflow, and this will show me the workflow as well. We have an option to open this workflow from a computer, or you can open from the tablet and work with this workflow from a tablet as well, which actually has been created and designed to be used from the tablet. Similar to the consent form, you'll be able to have the name, logo of the clinic at the top, customer details automatically extracted. You can define your steps and which steps you would like to have inside the form. We have an option where the doctor and the surgeon can actually draw the procedures and mark their notes, and for this you can use obviously they can use the finger or use a stylus pen. You can have an option to to check their medical history, specify the diagnosis. As next step, sixth one, you can see check of the items discussed. Then you can write a treatment plan. You can have a nice treatment plan for the patient. You can specify which days of the weeks are available for treatment. You can have an assessment. You can take before and after photographs as well, and by simply clicking on the form, it will open a feature where you can take a picture, and this will be inserted in the form. You have the capability to write preparations, treatment doses. Please note this is a comprehensive workflow form which has been created in order for us to show you how many capabilities you have. You can specify the retail price, patient price, okay, their savings, and this, as you can see, we have a tick here which will create a task if the customer has agreed this price and this form has been completed from the tablet. Will create a nice task for the reception to charge this specific amount based on the price agreed with this customer for this specific surgery which the customer will have, or the treatment. We do have an area where we can actually draw again. And if you scroll down, as the next step, we have the practitioner notes. If you took pictures before the treatment, now you can talk to the client, and of course you can take the pictures after the treatment as well. So you have an option to choose if you like to include these pictures in the form or not. And we do have the capability to draw in different canvas and have a different color in the background. And we have the customer, client signature and consent. Fitzpatrick skin test, which is very popular for laser hair removal, and have the score, types of skins 1 to 6, and at the bottom we can have the option as well to mark and draw inside the forms which areas we are treating as well, and these are custom, and where you will have the procedure. Informed consent form for laser treatments as example, and at the bottom we have an option to have the client signature, the staff signature, parent guardian signature, doctor, manager, and partner signature. In case the type of business you have and the types of clinics you will have will require 2 signatures, we do have the capability to connect partners as well into the system, and we can have 2 forms for these partners, and then we can see the forms has been created, and of course this form has been saved into the customer account, into the consent forms history, as well as a workflow part of the system. So if you go for the profile, we'll be able to see, okay, I'm talking to Abigail Jones, consent forms history. I'll be able to see the other forms, clear lift, and then workflow form. We do have an option to connect with Adobe Sign as well, and sign specific forms via Adobe. Now it's up to you if you like to use Clinic Software consent forms, or use our integration to connect with Adobe Forms. Because we're in the customer profile, I would like to show you which other features we have inside the customer profile as well. First of all, as the software is very comprehensive, I have to mention something, that you do have amazing capabilities to decide and customize what and which feature you will use for your clinic and with your employees. As you can see here, we have a menu of the software which will list for you the main features, and in the same time you can click admin, and in the inside the admin you have other features for clinic manager and clinic owner. However, what I would like to point out is that you can have your custom menu at the top and keep active only the features you are using, and these features are related to the location and to the user as well. So you have a location menu which you can personalize and decide which features to have specific for that location, for that business. or you can have a user menu, which based on the user and who's logged in the system will show them only specific features and tools into the system which they can use. We do have the capability to limit the access into the system based on 2 criteria, which are qualifications of the therapist. For example, if it's a laser hair removal therapist and they will need to have in UK VTCT for level 4 for laser hair removal, they will be able to provide Botox, and they will have restrictions in place which the clinic manager will set up to provide only those treatments. So she will have access to book only treatments for laser. When in a different scenario, a doctor has the capability to provide different surgical treatments, then the doctor will be able to provide, and we do have an option to restrict based on the qualifications. Plus, the second option is to restrict based on the position in the company. For example, therapist, doctor, PA, receptionist, manager, different nurses, for example, and different type of users of employee. However, you can restrict access for the receptionist not to have and not to see, for example, the reports which are including the total sales of the daily sales or the monthly sales of the business. So you do have the capability to restrict access to the receptionist, not to access the report section in different sites in the software which are not in the daily tasks of the reception, and in the same time individual for every single feature. And the third type is that you can specify per user, and you can specify what and which access they will have to specific features. So I have the user menu and location menu, and I will give you an example in the next seconds. So if you click location menu, and we do have categories and subcategories as well. So we have example, if I'm going for automation which is created, for example, just by, and you have categories and subcategories by the clinic manager. Let's say I would like for this location not to list automation, so I will untick this, and then if someone log into the system, as you can see, I do not have anymore the automation features here. So we have Rota, marketing courses, history. If I'm going back and enable per location this feature automation, and I'm going to the daybook, then I'll be able to see Rota and then automation. So we can enable and disable features, categories and subcategories very easily from the location menu listed on the right hand side, and you can personalize and use only the features you need for your business, and give access to your employees to only the features they are working with daily. So you do have this nice capability to work and personalize the menu. So if you believe the software is too comprehensive, then you can switch off simple, or you can switch off the features by yourself, and you can keep only the features you are using. So in that example, you can start with the basics and slowly enable as well. Once you learn more about the software features, you can enable more features in the next coming weeks or months, based on how quickly they will learn. Normally 1-2 weeks should be more than enough to learn the features of the software and manage your business. Every single time you have a question, you do have a little question mark here, which will open a knowledge base, and that knowledge base will include explanation for every single feature, and next to it we'll have a very nice video which will show how the feature works. Now, coming back to the main topic, if you click clients, here it will list all the clients, and you have the capability to search for the customers by name, postcode, email address, telephone number, date of birth, barcode, loyalty number, or voucher, gift card, for example. We will suggest you always to search by unique criteria. This unique criteria is phone number, which is unique, or email address, and sometimes the postcode can be unique as well, and a good idea to search for it. We do have at this moment in this dummy example how many, around 22,000 or even more, so you can see around more than 20,000 customers in the system, and you can search and filter by any type of criteria. In the same time, you can filter these customers per location, so you'll see specific customers from a different location only, or per categories, and you can have different groups. Example: silver, gold, platinum, diamond, based on their spendings, and you will be able to see customers based on their spendings and filter those categories with these customers, and the more they spend, the more discount they'll get, and they'll be in a higher group. For example, diamond one. In this view, where you will list all the clients, we have the capability to allocate stars on our customers, and we do have an option to access quickly notes, clinic notes, send a message, available consent forms if you like to send a form, quick workflow form, and rejuvenation procedure if you have to take a picture and compare before and after, or draw injectable procedures. However, if you would like to see more details, simple click view details, and then we're inside the customer account, where we do have access to the timeline of the customer, and here we have an option to check the profile as well. And after seeing the profile and what are the receipts, we do have the capability to connect with one of our integrations, Zero Accounting and Finance, where the system will automatically send at the end of the day all the receipts. You have two options. You can use and work with our report section, where we have a lot of fully comprehensive reports giving you all the details about the customer sales. However, if you like to integrate with Zero, simple, we can connect the Zero, and at the end of the day you will be able to send all the receipts into the Zero account, or we can set up for you so the software will send automatically for you all the customers details, and under each customer all the receipts and payments created. So it's up to you, it's your choice if you like to use the report section, or if you like to connect with Zero integration, which is a software dedicated for accounting and finance only. Inside the customer account, we have an option to see the files as well, and we can upload files by simply using drag and drop feature from computer. You can upload the letters, pictures, scans, or any type of file which has to be stored under the specific client account. We have an option to check the customer balance as well, and they can deposit a specific amount inside their account, or more specifically when they book online, they can pay a deposit, and this will be added under their account balance. Coming at the clinic, they have an option to withdraw the balance, and they can pay the difference, and this is easy to track and manage. Yeah, and you can work with this as well, and track the balance, and they will pay the difference. Another option is to see all the appointments they have in the timeline. Please note that you have all the activities. So you have the whole activity, which will include email, SMS, texts, appointments, notes, consent forms, everything. However, if you would like to see the appointments only, then you can click appointments, and you will be able to see the appointments details only with the notes and clear picture when it's the next appointment, and you will have a list of all the upcoming appointments, and the capability to see if there are any notes, what they have booked for, what is the date and time, and with whom, what is the name of the doctor or the therapist. Talking about the appointments, I would like to switch to the online side for a moment, where you can have a good look to the online booking side, where we do customize for you and connect the online booking module, which will take and give the capability to your customers to pay online and book all their consultations and treatments. They can book free consultations. You have multiple options to set up this online module. So I'll show you in a second how it looks. As you can see, we can add into your website a custom look and the custom online booking module in order to have a smooth customer journey. You will have the logo of your clinic in the left hand side, and you will have the options which you can choose to have them active to take bookings for treatments, for courses, for patch tests. You can have a screen prescription in place as well. Your customers can book the appointment and review the treatment. You can have a live chat activated, and we have customized this online customer journey for a lot of businesses, for a lot of clinics and chains of clinics as well. And of course, we'll have another webinar where we'll have a Q&A session and show examples of the implementations for other businesses and how we have customized for them every single step, where they can pay a deposit. That's one of the options. They can pay in full, which is the second one. The third one is they can pay, they can book the appointment without paying anything, or you can let your customer to choose if they would like to pay or not, and they can have an option to create an account or do the booking as a guest checkout. So everything is up to you. We are very versatile and will assist you to set up and customize for you the online booking module, starting from the steps through the capability to change the colors, the menu, the style, and how it looks. So when the customer will go on your website to book, will have the same feeling, which is your brand image, your colors, in the message which you want to send out. So for example, you can have categories and subcategories, and you can have organized the treatments by categories and subcategories. At the first step, I will choose which treatment I would like to book. Then you can see the steps: choose services, pick preferred time, pay deposit, and then I receive a confirmation. I can choose even and specify which and what is the staff member I would like to book with, or I can let the system to show me and book the next one available, because I might be in a rush. Yep. And in the same time, I will stay on the view, which will show me how this will look as a customer. So I'm going to book the service. I will repeat the steps for you because I don't want to create any confusion. So I will choose which treatment I would like to book. I can specify the therapist's name, or I can let the system to choose for you because I'm interested to book as soon as possible. This is what the customer will look and feel when they book online. Then the system will search, and this is a very nice search where it will show me next available slot based on the availability. As I said before, this is a dummy software license, so we have enough slots available, and it comes connected with the day book. So if you have defined shifts for the employees in that day and you have appointments, then this system will show you only the available slots between the appointments, and this is a nice real-time confirmation. If you have a before paying, you can have multiple ways of paying. You can have one or the other. You can have any two of them, or a mix and match. We do have the capability to connect with processing a payment with card via Stripe, which is one of our payment partners and integrations, and they'll have to click and type the card number and the expiring date and last three on the back. They can pay a deposit or a total price with their PayPal account. PayPal is very, very popular in UK, and it's good to give to your customer the capability to pay a deposit with that as well. Or they can set up a direct debit as well, and this will open a page which they have to type their details, circle the account number, and you will have an option to charge the customer once a month if they are paying for a course of laser hair removal, the same amount. So that will help you saving a lot of time and not having admin work and sending emails or chasing for payment. This will automatically take the payment automatically every single month for the session before the customer will come to the session. Pay on arrival has been created for demo purpose only. However, it's up to you. If you like to leave open, we'll suggest you to take a deposit. It doesn't matter the amount. It could be 30 pounds or 25 or 10 pounds, whatever deposit, just to make sure the customer will come over for the treatment, or will call you with 24 hours before the appointment to cancel if they change their mind. So it's good to take a deposit. Plus, think about the competition. Every single time you like to make sure that the customers are very serious, like you are providing the treatments, and you like to take a deposit. So that's fair for both parts, and you do have the terms and conditions at the bottom, where you can see we do not store credit card details, we do not share customer details with third parties, and you can cancel the appointment in your account 24 hours before. They can have a section which they can add, and where they can add notes, nice and easy, plus a section where they can use coupons. Coupons are actually discount codes which you can share in social media, and you can have a limited time where discount codes will expire, and you can provide them a 5%, a 10% discount. Of course, they can go and book online the appointment and use the discount code, which will be calculated from the total price. Regarding the deposit, you will be able to decide if you will charge your client from the settings of the software a specific amount as a deposit, or a percentage from the total. They can add in the card 1 treatment or 3 or 5 or 10 treatments, and then the system will calculate what is the total, and example, ask the customer 10% from the total or 20% from the total, so they can pay deposit before coming for the treatment. So this is a nice feature, and you do have the flexibility. Behind in the code, we have an option to install Google Analytics for you, and track very nice and easy what is the goal and what is the steps which they reached, and where they are coming from. Very important, where you are promoting every month, and then you can track and see where they are coming from, most of your clients, and you will invest smart from the second month into a channel where you are promoting, and you are recovering your investment. Your ROI is high, and you make your name more popular and well known in the industry. I will click pay on arrival in order for me not to add the customer card details, and this will book an appointment for me in the day book on 21st January between 1:40 and to 10 p.m. 30 minutes at London Clinic with this doctor. However, what I would like to see right now, I would like to see my account and what the customer will see in the online platform. To do this, I have an option. I can click my appointments, or I can click on the customer profile. Right, so I will click here. Then I can see the account details. I do have the capability to check my course's barcode card, and I can bring the smartphone at the reception. The reception can scan it and will open my account automatically. I can change my password. I can have a live chat reception. This is very nice. I can choose the branch which I would like to talk with, and I can ask more details about the treatment before booking an appointment. Of course, this is in the software, and the reception can answer to my questions and reply very nice and easy with the instructions, what is the before and after care advice, and why I should have the treatment. Inside my account, I do have an option with seeing and check my appointments. I do need to call the clinic as a client to ask, and as a clinic you will save a lot of time. You can go online and check all the details. What was the price? This was booked with whom? What is the date and time of the appointment? And if it's more than 24 hours, I can reschedule the appointment, cancel, and I do have an option to rebook the appointment at a different date in future. After having the treatment, I can see the status as well, as you can see, and paid, confirmed, and all the other details. And after having the treatment, I have an option to go and review the treatment, and I do have my criteria, which I can have 1 to 5 stars, environment, care, value for money, question, and these are custom, by the way. You can specify which criteria you would like to have. Let's say lovely treatment. Okay, I will come again. After adding the review in the software, you have a feature where you can actually moderate the reviews. I will say where you can see if there is any negative review, then you can open in the daybook and you can identify this customer had the appointment with this therapist. You can open the appointment and see the details, what they were booked for, and talk to the therapist, and then talk to the client and see why and try to resolve the problem. If everything is fine with the review, then you can easily publish that in the website, and this will go into the reviews section here, and you can see the positive reviews here, and you have an option to like, share as well on social media, and you will see all all the positive reviews in the reviews page. However, back in my account, I do have an option to track and see my as you can see, laser hair removal packages and the sessions. Even if this has been booked online or at the reception, I am able to track and see exactly how many sessions I have left. This is a good example. Laser course of 8 sessions, body, full arms, session duration 45 minutes, total 8 and the left 8, and this tree has been booked. I can see course total 850, and I can see the installments as well. So I can actually see how many sessions has been booked, and I can book the next one available. If I'll check a different one, of course I can see what were the payments. Let me look for one which has different installments. This is for 6 installments. This is a good example, and I can see session 1 has been booked for this date at this location with this therapist, so I can book the next session as well. So that's a way for me to track. Easy, nice and easy. I can use the date range or the search box at the top, and I can track how many session has been used, how many session has been left, and the installments for this. I do have an option to track minutes of courses as well. I can have sessions and courses which are popular for laser hair removal bar, any type of treatment, which is a series of treatments as a package. I have an option to check the courses which are based on minutes, not on sessions only as well, and see how many minutes I have left, and I can book the minutes. Plus I have an option to check purchase history. The difference is that purchase history will always include services, treatments, and products. So if I will buy a product as well, the system has the capability to manage products and stock of products, and the stock is automatically deducted when we are selling products. Then this will be added to my purchase history, and the receipt can be for product or service, or it can include the treatment and the product as well. I do have an option to check my account balance and what were the steps, and the system will always notify me via email and SMS text as a client every single time I have a withdrawal or a change in my account regarding the customer account balance. And I have an option to check the vouchers, and I can see the voucher gift cards. I can buy a voucher gift card for my friend. I have an option to top up the voucher gift card, and I can pay with the voucher gift card at the reception of the clinic in that scenario where I am a customer. Inside my online account as a customer, I have an option to check loyalty points, and I have the capability to save points, and based on the how many points I'll have, I can collect points. The more points I will use and save, I can use and exchange these points with credit in my account, or with a voucher gift card, or with a package which has treatment in product, or with treatment. So this is a nice way to motivate your customers to spend more. I can access a history of my consent forms as a client, and I can see which forms has been signed, what are before and after case advice, and all the details of the forms. If this feature is enabled, I'll have an option as a client to sign the forms before and complete the form before I will go into the clinic, and this is a nice feature as well. Plus inside the customer account we'll find a feature where I can refer a friend. Based on my referrals and what is the scheme into the clinic, I can receive free treatments as well. I do have a history of the shops, my orders, where in the online booking module we can book courses, you can book treatments standalone, but we can shop products as well. So we have an option where we can show products and have pictures with description, and it can be a gift and description, picture, video, and I can add into the cart and go through from one step to another, and buy products online. So I can book a treatment or buy a product as well. So that's another feature which we'll have. I have an option where actually I can complete a skin prescription, and based on the prescription, this will create an order for the clinic, and this will be delivered at my home. However, let's move to the software side, because I had a look in my account, and then I know how it looks, and we've been through these steps. And then let's move to the software side, where we'll continue with the customer account. Once again, this can be personalized, and every single steps, the colors, the styles, and all the details of the online booking. If I'm going back as well into the my account, I'll be able to see that everything inside what I'm doing into the system, it will show inside my account as well, so I can track. Once again, I have to mention that on the setup, you do have the flexibility to specify which features and what you would like to keep active for your clients as well inside the online portal. So you can specify if you like to give them the capability to access all the features from the online site, or only a few of them. So you can turn on and off what you would like your client to see. Now, coming back into the software, as I said before, so we have the activity tab, we have the profile, we have the files section, customer accounts balance, where you can see the balance, and the appointments as well. Moving on, the next feature, we can see courses. Under the courses page, you have nice capabilities to track all the sessions they have. You can see and search by name, by type of course. For example, for back, if I like to see the full back and shoulders courses for this specific client, which is Miss Abigail Jones, and you can see her name selected on the right hand side as well. You can see that she has a couple of courses of laser hair removal, and 2 sessions has been booked, and another 6 sessions are left. In the same time, I can filter by name, as I said before, from the daybook section, or I can filter by ID, just because the ID is unique in the database. So we have the capability to track sessions, and if you like to go into the installments and see if this course has been paid in full, we can filter by name and by ID, and look, you can see very clear that this course has been paid, and decided to be paid in 2 installments. One installment has been paid on 14th of January, and you can see the amount, £660, and the other installments has to be paid as well, is not paid yet, and we can see £650 paid from the total of 1320, 660 remaining session 1, plus nice capabilities to set up a direct debit. So this is what is a nice feature, and you can set up a direct debit straight from the software and take the payment once a month automatically. As I have mentioned before, you do have an option to track the minutes. You have an option to track power plates as well, and different other machines if you are using. However, we will keep on, and you will have a setup based on which treatments you are providing and which machines you are providing as well. Next feature is clinic notes, which I like it, and recently we have updated the clinic notes section with the capabilities to email the client and email the staff. You can edit the clinic note, you can print as well, and the delete button is for clinic owner or clinic manager only. In the same time, you can filter by date, filter by specific staff member, or search by template and filter by template. However, we do have nice ways of writing clinical notes, okay, and we have an option as well to write the clinical notes, and you can use nice templates as well, which will save a lot of time, will autocomplete the note for you, and you will have only to add the differences based on the appointment and what is applicable to your customer, to your patient at that moment. I can add the clinic note, I can edit, and after that I can email the client, email the staff, or print as well. If I will go to edit the clinic note, it's nice that we have a new note, record about this treatment. we have an option to add a new note. I can save the changes, I can save the updates, and then I'll be able to go into the notes, and this will automatically show me the update history as well. So at the bottom we'll be able to see the history and who has updated and changed the note and when. So if I click edit here, we'll be able to see the note, and here at the bottom we're able to see that it was updated at that specific date and time. You can keep this on, so you can keep a track, and you have an option to write a note. Plus, when you add the note, you can, as I said, use your templates, and you can have predefined templates which can be added and imported from admin area. It could include pictures as well, it could include steps, instructions, and if you would like to go in full screen mode, simple, just click the full screen and write your note, nice and easy. And then you can save the note. So you can write notes and track the notes about the clients and patients, and you have a clear picture. Drinks history is a feature which and where you can track drinks and how many drinks they had and what type of drinks. So when they book the appointment, you can specify if they would like tea or coffee or any type of drink, and you can see exactly how many drinks they had and when. And example, they will leave for holiday and come back in a few months. You know what were the details, and every single time when you have a detail about the customer, about the patient, another good tip is to add into the normal notes, she will leave for holiday, and talk to the client when she will come back, and engage in a nice conversation, asking how it was in the holiday, and what she told you when she left, and what are the news and updates, and make your customer feeling very comfortable with you, and it will be a lot easier for you to talk to the client. And in the same time, you can see this filter. You have a nice feature to filter clear selection, add the clinic note, and see only the clinic notes that has been added by you, and only the notes, example, should leave for holiday, or tips, which will help you to talk and be more familiar, and more things about the client. So we do have this option, and I will suggest you to use it, and take advantage and add notes as many times as you need, and learn more about your client. Basically, the more you learn about your client, the easier for you to sell a product, and the treatment, and move on doing more business with that specific client, looking at their purchase history, looking at their activity, and connect the dots is one of the secrets in every business, as the clients are the most important asset for any business, in any industry, not only in your industry. Moving to the next feature, it's a consent forms history, where you have a nice history where you can check the consent forms in a chronological order. Next one is body composition fields. Now, body composition fields will give you the capability to save different records, example, and very popular for laser hair removal, as well, and any type of record basically. And you can have two options based on how easier is from your point of view to save the settings of the laser machine, for example, inside the tablet, as well, where you have a list of the settings of the machine, or any type of the machine, or you can save them into the software. Also, just to save those into the software, you can easily add them from the customer account or from the daybook, straightforward. You have a field over there which will open the same page for you, which gives you the capability to set up the treatments records as well, which is quicker and easier as well to add treatments records. And then you go for laser example, and you can put the laser settings as well, and fluence, Zimmer power, and save new record. This will automatically go into the customer profile. As I said before, with one click you can go everywhere into the customer profile and into the system as well, straight from the daybook. So it's good to save their records. You can export the records as well, and this is nice that it depends how big your clinic is, how many therapists and employees, or the system has a feature which actually will notify you and send you an email if your therapist didn't sign the consent form, or if your therapist didn't complete the fields of the treatments of the settings of the laser machine, and you will know who was the therapist who didn't and for which customers and when. So we do have an option to help and track with this as well. This is divided in two categories: a body composition, which is very popular for fat treatments and fat removal treatments, and the other one, which is the treatment record, which is very popular for any other type of treatment like laser records. All these fields are custom. You can actually create from the admin section of the software how many type of treatment records you need to set up and save, so you can track those as well. Moving on to the next feature, you have a medical history page where the system has the capability to track medical changes inside of your customer. So based on how many forms they will sign, if you like to have a clear picture of their medical changes during the last 6 months or last 12 months, it's very easy and straightforward. You just come in this page and you see their medical history. You will not need to search in drawers, in papers, and see what were their changes. Why and how? There is a field where inside the consent form, or the system will ask, have there been any changes into your medical history? If yes, please specify. If that field will be completed by a customer, automatically will be saved inside this page. You can see I have a GP letter, and if you like to see the whole consent form, just click view CF, and you can see the whole form as well, and you can see this is a workflow form, and this has been completed for I have a GP letter. Then you can see no changes. Yes, if you would like to see the whole form, you go here and see exactly the other form. Then I went to the GP medical history repeat visit. So this is a repeat visit form, and then you'll be able to see what were the details. I went to the GP and I can go further the treatment. Then based on how many forms they'll complete, you will be able to see all their changes into the medical history page, and you will not need to search in different forms as well, or different papers. Next feature is loyalty points, where as I said before, they can check from online. You have an option where you can allocate points based on their spending, and you can decide the currency exchange rate, and after a period of time they can collect more and more points, and they can exchange with credit in their account or a voucher, or you can create different packages which is including at different levels for this amount of points. 5,000 you'll be able to change with this treatment and product and convert and they will use from your account balance, and in the same time you can have the treatment. These are deducted, and the more treatments you will have, the more points you will save. The direct debit feature gives you the capability to work with direct debits and track the installments, payments as well, and subscriptions. And you can see if you have connected and created a direct debit for a client, you have an option to track and take the payments automatically. You can assign this to a course, which is a package which has a specific number of sessions, and you can clearly see the ID, the status, payment ID, charging date. You can see March, February, January, December, and what treatment they are paying for, what is the specific amount, and what is the name of the location, date which has been added, and by whom was the appointment booked, with which staff member, and you can see on the right hand side the staff member name. So automatically the payment will be taken via direct debit and added from the customer account into your account. So this is a very nice way to track series of payments and sell courses, as well creating direct debits. In the same time, you can filter by date and filter by location as well. Then you have the subscription page, where you can have subscriptions, charge a specific amount every single month, and charge your customer a specific amount, and have a number of treatments which they can come over to have them, a product, a facial, laser could be an example. And you can create different packages and create this type of membership. Plus you can specify if you would like to create a new subscription or take a subscription from a specific date. You can specify if this subscription will start and which day of the month, and if this subscription is for a long period of time or a defined period of time, like 6 months, 9, 12 months, or until the customer will cancel. By the future is a section in the treatment service by a payment service, I would say, by PayPal, where they give you the capability to take payments from cards, and you'll be able to see only the last 4 digits of the card and charge if they have cancellations. Diagnosis is a feature where we do integrate with ICD-10 database, and we have an option to add records and search by codes or by different parts, and then we will be able to search in the whole database and add and complete more notes if it's related to our patient, to our client. Dental charting is a feature where it's dedicated for dentists, and I don't think it would be applicable for a business. And the recommended products is a section where you can actually suggest products to your clients and add the products into the recommended product section, and the reception will try their best, or the therapist, in a scenario where you are paying a commission to a therapist, they'll try their best to convert more and make the customer buying that product or package. So you can have the recommended products by simply checking this page. The therapist or the receptionist can suggest the products from the list which has been suggested at an earlier stage by the doctor or by the nurse or the therapist they had a treatment with. Then we have an option to sign a consent form, to complete a workflow, to open another notes, send a message via SMS, text, and email to the client, and open the reservation procedures, to take picture and then start drawing a procedure, compare the procedure as well, even if this is a procedure related where you have to draw areas or injectable procedure or any type of procedure using any template. This is the client feature, so you can see how comprehensive it's only the client profile and how we can use it, and the daybook as well, where we have an option to manage and track everything, and with one click as well we can go from this window anywhere in the system, and we can read any detail and anything about this client. In the same time, you can see the appointment that has been booked. In my example, online appointment mentioned, Maria has been booked this appointment at this time with this doctor in our clinic in this example. Now as a next step, we'll move to the next feature, which is leads. Feature has been created with the capability to and give you the opportunity to bring more leads from your website and from different landing pages into your website. We have 2 options. We can add the lead manually, and you can add the lead manually: name, surname, phone, email, date of birth, postcode. You can have a lead owner, you can assign a lead owner, and you can see how many conversions you have at the end of the month and what is the best lead owner. This can be someone which will take care of your marketing aspects into the clinic, or a therapist or a doctor, based on the clinic manager choice. You can have a stage where and what it takes for you to convert the lead, and what are the stages you go through, and you can have a lead source, how they found out about the business, and the treatment interest, so which treatment they are interested. If you add a new lead from the system, someone coming at the reception asking more details about the treatment, or someone across the street, an office full of people and potential clients, you can add it here. And if these people will complete, or if someone will complete the lead form into the website, at that moment, then that lead will be automatically created into the lead section, and this is why we have created the leads, in order to help you to bring more leads into the business. And I will show you in the next seconds how it works. And that will send you an email, and will complete autocomplete, and will come straight into the leads section as well, into the system. So if we're going into the software, I will go to the normal log out as a user, and I will log out to the normal view, where inside your website you can complete different pages. This is a basic example where they can go and complete your contact us page, but in the same time you do have the capability to create your own forms, so you can have your own questions, which they can fill and answer which treatment are interested in booking into the clinic, or finding out about it, or what is your treatment interest, what are your worries about the treatment before starting. This is a simple form, which is the contact us form. Okay, then we can add the email. Then you can add the subject. I can add a message. This can be for a laser treatment, or any type of treatment, or a surgical treatment, a non-surgical treatment, etc. This is an example where I have a basic contact us form, which most of the people has in their website, but by the time they will go to check their email, that is too late, and the customer has already booked with a different clinic or with a competitor, or changed their mind. So it's very, very, very important to come back to the client as quick as possible, answer their questions, so they can book the treatment with your business. And it's nice that we can create different landing pages for you, and help you or assist you to create these landing pages. And you can have a landing page for promoting new treatments, another one to request a free consultation. Then you can have the contact us page, and you can redirect from your social media channels, or where you are promoting, into that specific landing page into your website. And inside your website you will have a nice lead generation form, which will extract the details and write it, will send this automatically into the software, into the dedicated page leads. From there, every single morning you can check the leads and what are the new leads, and you can have someone in your team taking care about these leads, answering to their questions, calling them back, and give them instructions how to book the treatment online, and before and after care advice as well. So as you can see, contact form sent. Thank you. If I'm going into the software, I'll be able to go into the daybook, and then if I go into the leads back, let's say I'm doing this every morning, I'll be able to see a new lead just came into the lead section, and I have the creation date, phone, email, and the status as well. From here I can click, I can convert the lead, or update with the details, which I can call, and probably these details are missing. You have the option to add into the leads, and we can give you the capability over the API, using our own API, to auto complete the address as well. If the customer complete the address, in the other fields you can see clearly the message as well of the client, and I can see the lead section, and you can have an option for them to tick which treatment or a Dropbox they are interested, and I can assign a lead owner. Let's say the receptionist has to call it, and I can see, okay, it's for this branch, and how they found out about us, if it's from the website, BBC website, or my website, or a social media channel. And you can have a lead stage as well, as you can see, and you can send an email or an SMS text. In the same time you can convert, and from that page you can take actually the capability to send emails and text. So let me click update. It has been updated, and if I will talk to the client, and the client say yes, I'm interested, I like the answer to the questions I had. So I like to book the treatment. Simple. We will come into the leads page, then we'll click on the lead and we'll click convert, and let's say then the lead will be converted, lead successfully converted, and then where this lead has been marked as being a potential client, is not a lead anymore, and from here, let's say the client has asked me to send them before and after care advice for a specific treatment for HIFU, and I will click here, and you can see the details, and I can have a preview and send an email to the client. Nice and easy. Before the client will book it, they will see the email with before and after care for that specific treatment they have booked. I can even send an SMS to the client. I can update their profile and make more conversions. So this is a very, very nice feature, and we'll have another webinar session where we'll show you how beautiful are the amazing implementations we have completed for other clients and clinics and chains of clinics, where they have personalized the leads page with a form with their brand image, colors, logos, videos about a specific treatment, and what is the advantage of having that treatment, and what are the benefits of having the treatment, and under left or right, nice question, and would you like to know more, please complete this form, and then we'll contact you as soon as possible. So it's good to keep it very simple and clear for the client when they book online, and in the same time to give them the capability to book the appointment, to request a free consultation, and to complete the leads page based on the lead generation tool you are using and which form you have in that page. So this is a new feature to work with and use, and we have a report which is directly connected with the leads capabilities, where you can track what are the leads and the conversion. You can see clear the conversion rate and how and where it goes. Tasks. This is a new feature and a nice tool where you can create and assign tasks to your members. You can have a task created. You can specify if you have a due date and time. You can specify if it's an email or a call or something else to do. You can add a clinic note. You can have nice reminders via email and SMS text to that specific staff member with 1 day before, in that with the day which is the due date for that task in the morning, to remind them to complete this task. Plus you can have the tasks distributed in 2 different or 3 or 5 different departments based on your HR department, marketing departments, and only when they will log into the system with their username and the PIN, every staff member will be able to see only the assigned staff. If they will call sick that day and the second calling will log from the same department, then they will be able to see that specific staff. And then you can filter for all the staffs, all the tasks, and see exactly which tasks are created into the system, and what is the task for to call which client, to process a payment, to do this, to do that. Then you can have a filter which are due to be completed today, this week, overdue, completed, and deleted as well. The deleted section can be visible for clinic manager and clinic owner only, and once the task has been completed, I can simply click completed, and this will be moved to the completed tab. As you can see, we have signed a form, and if you remember, that has been signed by the doctor, and this, you had a section over there where it was retail price, patient price, and saving. A task created for the reception to charge a specific amount, and then this form which we have completed a few minutes ago has created this task for the receptionist, which is very, very nice. So has been completed by the doctor, taken the picture inside the consent form, and created a task for the reception to charge this specific amount. So very nice workflow to work with. Then after the task is completed, what we have to do is to mark these two as completed, and the completed tasks are listed under the completed section. So you can see the 2 tasks are just marked are completed under the completed section, so I can track and manage. It's good to know what we have to do every single day and what tasks we have in the business, but it's even better to track and see exactly where we are and have a clear picture who is responsible for which type of tasks, who has completed tasks or not, and what we have to do the following day. We are in a busy industry, and it's good to be busy, and the more busier you are, the more customers you have and the more tasks to complete. So it's a good way to track the tasks and who is responsible for which type of tasks as well. Moving to the next category, next feature, you have the option. You have the option to check the treatments with categories and subcategories, and you can see which treatments are inside each category, and you can see the duration and the price, and you can have a description for each treatment, and you can add into the cart. As you can see, if you like to take a payment quickly without going in the day book and book the appointment, you can do it easier, simple, add into the cart and take the payment. Then by going inside the customer profile, you'll be able to see exactly which treatment has been paid and has appointment connected with it or not. So I can take the payment. Let's take the payment for this one cash, and I can go into the customer profile and see exactly, and the system can print a receipt A4 format or a normal receipt 80mm side. It will even have the capability to calculate the change for you if you like to, and this will be stored under the customer profile. Here on the right hand side, which is the POS part of the system, we do have an option to click profile and open the profile of the customer. Straightforward, open a history of their appointments or a history of their courses. If we are paying commission to our employees and we have a receptionist which is logged into the system, before you click cash in card, you can select the employee who has provided the treatment and sell the product, and this will know, by selecting from the drop box, will know exactly, okay, I have to put the commission for this service and product into that employee account, and this is very nice. On top of that, on the right hand side, we have the card section, which they can pay with card, and you can even specify you have to add an item into the card, and after that you can take a payment. Then we have an option to pay cash. We can pay cash and card, partial, specific amount with cash, specific with card. You can have a payment via direct debit. You can cancel transaction. You can have different method of payments. Let me add actually something into the card so you will see the other treatments as well. So I'm going with this treatment into the card, and then if I go for payment other, you'll be able to see that actually we can specify if it was a check payment or a different voucher, Groupon, Treatwell, BBX, barter card, finance, bucks, or zero. So you can actually specify different method of payments, and if you have different method of payments, then yes, let us know and we can add this method of payments for you. In the same time, I can click voucher and I can sell a voucher gift card, top up with a specific amount, scan the card, and this will add for me the 13-digit barcode, which is every card should have a unique barcode in this format, 13-digit EAN 13, and then you can add a specific notes as well if you need. If it's a gift voucher, and tick it's a gift voucher if it's a gift voucher, and that means when the customer come, we'll create a new account and add the card under the customer account. Otherwise will be added if you don't tick to the existing customer account, which is Abigail in our example. So I can buy an existing one, and after buying a voucher, I have an option to use voucher. By scanning the voucher at the reception, I can clearly check the how much they have debit, what is the value of the card, and they can pay for the treatment, or if they don't have enough, they can pay with the card, and then the difference with cash or card as well if it's not enough inside that gift card. You can use a specific amount or a total. Example, if you have a gift card which is a few £100 and their treatment cost consultation is less than 100, they can use that specific amount, let's say £70, and then they can use the difference at a later stage. In the same time, we can send the receipt by email if you will not like to print it, or the customer will I would like to have it on the email, and this will take the email from the customer account. We can give them loyalty cards as well, plus we can have specific type of discounts as well, student discount, and you can define this from the admin area, percentage and the value as well, or enter a code as well. And this discount button can be limited with the manager password only as well. Tips and end of the day button, which will show us what were the sales from morning till evening for that specific day. Now let me take a payment for this as cash, and then I will show you as well. We can turn the receipt print feature off in case you would like to send the receipts via email only and go 100% paperless, with the forms, with the notes, with the pictures, with the receipts, with everything. We can turn off the receipt and we will send automatically, or at request send by email the receipt email which is in the customer account. If you click profile here, we are redirected into the timeline. I can define what is my default feature when I click profile, if it's actually the profile of the client or the activity timeline. I used to go every single time into the activity, and this is what I would suggest. I like the activity timeline a lot, and look into the previous activity and the connected dots, which is the suggestion we have for you. I can see buy voucher, gift card, and I can see the value and the treatment as well, which she had in the clinic. So then I can come back at a later stage with this card and use the credit, or my friend can come back actually with the card. It's her birthday, so I'll use this card for her birthday and have the treatment as well. So this is very, very nice. I can update the picture, update the photo of the customer profile by simply uploading, browse, upload the picture, or take a picture with the camera as well. And we have already been in the other features from the customer profile. So I'll move on to the next one, which is the products. Under the products section is nice that you can use the system actually to keep stock and track the products, and you can filter by categories, subcategories, brands. You can have stock. You can have the stock in different storage rooms in different clinics, and have a clear picture of what is the stock at that moment in the clinic. If you would like to sell a product, the stock is automatically deducted, even if I'll sell the product at the reception or if I'll sell the product online. And I can actually specify where I would like to sell from a storage room, front or second, or I can have different rooms for different categories, for face, for body as well. And I do have a total on the right hand side as well, so I have three different treatments. If I will add another treatment, let's say the first one, then I can see two types of the first anti-aging serum, and then the other two as well, and I can add notes as well on the receipt and print it, which is nice. If I will edit, I'll be able to see the quantity here as well. Then I have an option to take the payment cash or card and see exactly how the stock will be automatically deducted. So 144.19.2.99. So I'll take the payment card. I will use the payment machine which is on my desk. Okay, and this will print the receipt as we have the receipt on, and this will be automatically added under the customer profile. If you go here, we'll be able to see the receipt, and you can see the receipt for this payment. Yeah, and if you go into the products, I'll be able to see stock info that has been deducted, 142 and 91 and 99 as well. So it's important to see the stock, which is and how many products we have in every single room. Yeah, and where the stock is deducted from, so we can see and track the stock as well, 99, 100, and the more we sell, of course, the better. And the software has the capability to send a stock shortage notification when you will run low on product. For example, 10 products left in stock, the system will tell you you have 10 products left, and you have to update the stock. And you do have capability to set up a store shortage notification for different products, for bestsellers which you are selling quickly. For example, you can set up this in to 20 in a larger number. For example, when I have 20 in stock, let me know. But on a normal case, 5 products in stock should be enough, so the system will text you you have only 20 in stock, so update the stock of the products. So services, treatments, and then the products page as well. Now moving on to the next feature, promotions. Using promotions, you have the capability to have different packages which are products and treatments, or a package where if they will buy more, they will get a nice discount, and based on the promotion, with one click they can add in the cart a product and the treatment, and they will save, as you can see, £62 discounted as well. I can add this package into the cart, and I can have a product and a treatment, and the treatment, or 2 products and 2 treatments, or any type of promotion. These are added with a value-added discount, and you can add more from admin area. So this is how it's working, and you can have different promotions for Easter, Father Day, Mother Day, etc. Launching a new product, a new treatment, and you can have them available into the system, so your customers can buy the promotion and the products and treatments, and you can add the codes actually into the cart, will be added to their account. Another feature is staff rota shifts, where your employees, they can go in the morning and do the clock in, and they can go the clock out in the evening. They will do the clock in the morning, clock out in the evening, and then you'll be able to track what time they came, what time they left, and even setting up staff penalty if they're being late more than 10 minutes. So that's a way to see it exactly how they are attending the job, and what time they came, what time they left. Plus, from this section you can define the shifts and what is their schedule every day, what are the working hours, and what are the shifts more specifically, or what time they have to come and what time they have to leave. And you can define the shifts for every employee. You can export the shifts in Excel format and send them by email. You can check the staff log. You can actually see the staff commissions, what commission they have in place, and even sign some agreements with them, like employment contract or any type of agreements, which can be signed totally paperless from the form. So let's take it step by step. Shifts. In order to define shifts, you can go into the system, and we have 2 ways of defining shifts. We can set up and help you set up the shifts for 6 months in advance or 12 months from the settings page of the system when we set up, and you will have the capability to access and set up from there. Or you can set up shifts, what times and day they are working, what are the working hours. So you can see 10 to 8 p.m. if I would like, and I have this dot. If it's ticked, you can see the color, that means she's working this day. If not, it's unticked. So let's say she's working Monday to Friday, but not Sunday, not Saturday, not Sunday, not Saturday, and then I can save the shift. So these are her working hours. Based on the shifts, you'll be available in the online plus in the day book. If I would like to go with individual days, you can easily click individual, and then I do have the capability to set up here 11:30 to 6:30 for every single day, individual, every single shift, and then save shifts. Based on these settings, she is available to take appointments for patients, clients as well, and she can do the clock in the morning by scanning her card, and the card will have a unique code, a unique barcode, which can be scanned at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day as well. I can export the shifts as well in Excel format and send them by email to them for 30 days in advance. And I do have the option to check the staff log and what time they came, what time they left, and if they have if they are running late, I can see how late and what is the difference. And I can check the staff commission page and the agreements forms as well. Moving on to the next features, I will say these were some of the normal basic features, but very important and very useful for the business. I'll move to the automation section, marketing, courses, history, stock, files, other, and then we'll move into the admin section as well. With the automation, what is the automation feature and how it works? I'll give you a quick view of it, and then I'll show you how you can actually create and what are the steps and what can you use in automation. You have capabilities, and the automation is very versatile. You can use this feature to create marketing campaigns based on the name of the feature, automation. It will automate the marketing features for you. So how it works, you can create a marketing tree once, and then this will be automated for you. You can use the automation, marketing automation trees, not only for marketing purpose, but you can send automatically before and after care advice to your customer via email after a period of time, or with X days before the treatment, or after the treatment, or after 1 month to remind them about the treatment. You can send automatically what are the details of the treatment, and what is the before and after care advice, what they have to follow after having the treatment as well. How the automation works: based on the customer action, the automation will activate a trigger, and this will take it to the next stage. For example, if the customer has, you can send a marketing campaign out to a specific database of clients, or if you are targeting a segment of customers or a specific treatment which they had more than 6 months ago. So you can send this campaign and tell to the automation, wait a specific period of time and see if the customer has booked the treatment. If the customer has booked the treatment, then send automatically this PDF file, which is including before and after care advice, and notify the clinic via email. If not, wait a specific period of days, which can be 1 day, 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and send a discount, 10% off, just to make the customer to book the appointment. Then you can tell to the automation, if they have booked the appointment at the second attempt, then notify someone in the team to call and process the payment if they have booked a free consultation, or send the link to pay online, or send the link to sign the form, or send this before and after care advice. If no, then create a task, for example, automatically. That's beautiful about automation. You can actually connect with the employees with the email templates, with SMS templates, with tasks, consent forms as well. And if you click here, you'll be able to see action, what to do, wait a specific period of time, condition if they booked an appointment, or purchased something, or sign a form, or completed in our website, or requested more details about a specific treatment. Then do that, create a task to someone in the team, or jump to a previous step or a different action. And I'll show you where are the email templates which you can use, where are the customer lists, and how beautiful it is to create an automation and work with automations. So if you see the tree, this is a very complex tree, and if I'm going back to the automation, then I'll be able to see a consultation, follow-up, before and after care advice, etc., etc. If we go into the marketing, you'll be able to see how beautiful they are. So we have campaigns, we have emails, we have SMS texts, links, lists of clients, and marketing sources, where they are coming from, how they found out about it. And the marketing feature will send automatically an email with the special offer of the month for your customers to book the treatment, only if they have no appointment in the last 6 months. So we can create actually this condition automatically to send, or in the last 30 days, which is even better. If they have no appointment in the last 30 days, send automatically this email, and that email will have the special offer of the month. However, coming back to the automations, we have the campaigns, emails, templates, SMS text templates, links which you will use, list of clients which you target based on the customer, appointment type and which treatment they had, and sources. So if I'm going to the emails, all these are connected inside an automation. If I'm going to the email, I'll be able to see recall, pre-treatment, skin tightening, etc., etc. So if I click here, we have what you see is what you get editor, where you can write nice and easy, and you can see exactly the template, which is HTML ready. That means you can create from scratch your template, or you can import a template which you already have and you are sending out manually right now. You can actually include that in the automation and send it automatically. You have an option to import, export from MailChimp and import here as example. If you already have some templates over there, you can import all your templates here and you can use it in automation. Same thing for this is for email. Same thing for marketing SMS text. So this is what we'll use, the SMS text, and then we'll send in the automation at that specific stage, at that specific step, clearly defined by us. Then we have marketing lists of clients, where we have a clients based on the settings we have in place and based on the treatment they have, and we can nicely and easily export a nice report. And then we have the marketing sources and links, and in connection with automation, if I'm going into the report section, I can go into the list reports, and I can have marketing clients list, and here I can have the customers which they had the specific treatments in a specific period of time, or I can have all the customers which they had facial treatments and laser, and I can filter based on the treatment they had, send a special offer, and you can target they had that treatment but they had the other one, which can be a new treatment created by us. If you create a list, this can be sent to the automation, and from there we can use it. What is beautiful about it, you can actually specify a period of time. You can filter by location, and you can target based on the treatment they had. So what I'm targeting here, I said laser, right? So these are ticked and facials. So in this example, I have an option to send to the create list and send an automation which will schedule at a specific period of time. I can download, or I can send this to the SMS text page, which is the marketing campaign page, where you can create mobile marketing campaigns and send in one go. 239 clients has been added, where I can actually create and write my special offer from the right hand side, and I can send a campaign straightforward. I can load the template, or I can include the link for them to book online, and this link will open the website on the mobile version, and they can book online the treatment, use the code, and in one go I can send a marketing campaign to a number of few hundred people or a few thousand people. There is no limit. The great advantage is that the opening rate is huge comparing with the email, which in our industry is close to 15%. When you talk about mobile marketing and sending campaigns straight to their mobile, then the opening rate is close to 90%. So this will bring amazing results into your business. This is an example of how you can send an instant campaign, but if you have to schedule that, then we can go into the automation and create the campaign, add new, and we'll create the campaign, and we'll have our conditions as well. You can start with simple trees before and after care. You don't need to start with the complex trees, and create simple campaigns and simple marketing automations, which will help your business. And at a later stage, moving to the next ones, and you can. It's nice because you create the tree once, and because it's automated, it will go over and over again, respecting the criteria and the condition of your clients, and this will work, and you just need to do small tweaks to improve from one month to another. So this is how the automation feature works, and these are the automation tools we help businesses with, and it's very nice to use it. Under the marketing features, of course, you can send instant SMS text. You can set up the system to check if they have no appointments in the last 30 days. Just send a special offer, automatically the offer of the month, so they can book the treatment. You can generate codes and coupons which you can share in social media, and they can use at the last step when they book online. And or in the app, by the way, you can have your iOS and Android app as well, branded with your logo, your colors, so we can help you with that. They can book online, they can request in the app more details about the treatments and book. In the app they'll have the same features like they have in the online portal. So and use a coupon at the last step. Courses page, we already been here for the next feature, where you can track courses, packages of treatments, how many sessions they have left, how many payments. You can have the capability to assign a card to every member, or you can leave this free and straight access the courses, and then you can see the type of courses which you can have. You can have this split in different categories of treatments, then number of sessions 6-8, categories, face, body, special packages, and when you order, it's nice that you can specify actually if they will pay in full or if they will pay in installments. So if you specify if they will pay in installments, of course the system will divide the total amount of the course and the number of installments, and you can even specify if you like to take the deposit, what is the price of the first deposit. So they will pay, let's say 150 in cash, and then the system will divide the other amount at a number of installments, 5, and then it's 2.5, and you can add into receipt, take the payment, and then start tracking how many sessions they have left. And you can even set up a direct debit. Plus you can specify who has sold the course. It can be the receptionist or it can be the therapist, so the system will know where to add the commission in which account as well. Then I can take the payment with card, and I can see the course has been added into the receipt, into the customer profile service history. The system will ask me if I need to book this straightforward, the first session, or if I would like to book it at a later stage. And if you click courses, then first profile, I'll be able to see the receipt. You can see the receipt in the timeline, and of course inside the profile as well, or as that. And if you click courses, you'll be able to see the installments as well, and the payment of this course. And the ID of this course is 827, and then you can see the first installment has been paid, and you can track the other installments, or easier, we can set a direct debit and autofill the charging date, and you can see January, February, March, April, and you can confirm, and this will take the direct debit settings, which is active direct debit inside the customer account. So I do have these capabilities, and I can set up a direct debit for my course and take the payment automatically. It's very nice to track these and manage better. As a next feature after the courses, we have the history, where we can filter by date range and see exactly what were the activity today or the last month. We can print the activity, we can see the total, plus we can filter by location, by therapist from the daybook, operator, reception who was operating the system, or logged into the system with the user. There's a history page where we can print it and see exactly all the activity. We have a nice report connected with this history, which will give you the details and the capability to filter per employee location as well. With the stock capabilities, we have an option to update the stock, and you can track the stock and update as well the stock. And add more. You have an option to update it and add the notes, and then you have a direct report connected and see exactly who was logged in the system, when and how updated the stock, and this is connected with the stock take feature as well from admin. Files features. Under the files, we can upload important documents for specific clients. This is different. This is more for the business. To upload from one location, download from another, or from the reception. This is more for the business, as you do have an option to upload files under each customer account, files per client. So here are more documents for business only. And if you go in the other, we have other features and tools. And if you go inside the admin area, we have features related to clinic owner, clinic manager, sensitive features where you can update the pricing of the treatments you are providing into the clinic, duration, updating who can provide that specific treatment, adding more consent forms in the system, changing the terms and conditions. This area is restricted for clinic owner and clinic manager only. However, based on how big is the business and how many users you have, you can assign access to specific pages and features based on the position in the company. We do have the capability as well. We have a live chat, and we can see exactly who is chatting, and this is directly connected with the customer account and what they are asking, what questions they have, and I can access with one click profile, appointments, and balance. I have an option to access the notes and see exactly. I have 20 pending tasks. I can access the task and see how many tasks are over there. Sign up form, access the rejuvenation of the clients, open a quick access menu as well, which is a shortcut. Anywhere you can define. Access the knowledge base, which will have a video, and access the admin area. In the knowledge base, you have a video for every single feature. Inside the admin area, as I said before, the software is is very comprehensive, and maybe that's one of the reasons is the most comprehensive awarded software in the market, and gives you the capability to manage almost all the aspects of the business. And the software has so many tools all in one CRM software solution, giving you access to a lot of tools, so you can manage your business, grow the business, save time, and get more organized than ever before. You do have an option to actually restrict the access, as I said before, to the menu, and leave only 3 features in the menu, or only 4, or only 5 for all your employees, if you believe you need to do that. And we can easily customize this for you and leave active only the features we are using. Now inside the admin area, probably if I'm going inside every single feature, it will take another hour. However, I know the time is the most important thing in the world, and I will show you the report section in detail. Then you will see you do have a lot of reports to analyze the business activity, and around more than 60 reports actually to analyze the business activity. For every single report you can filter by name. One of my favorite is products services report, and for every report you can filter per employee. You have a date range which you can select, and you can export as well in Excel format. You can view and export as well, and you can decide the period of time which you would like to export. We do have a lot of reports, plus the capability at request to create custom reports for your business as well, if you will request, and custom features as well, because we do help businesses providing a complete software solution. But if they have the necessity to create a feature, then we'll help them as well, and you can create a custom feature for them to help their business. So you can see the date and time of the appointment, receipt number, support, what treatment they had, gross price, net price, customer details for that specific period of time. If you scroll down, I like it because it's beautiful. You see the total sales, £56,000, 29,000 services, courses 15,000, different type of courses, products 4,000, promotions, therapists on site. I have 44 online bookings, method of payments, referral friends, therapists on site as well during that period of time, 6 months, total worked hours, and total treatment time total as well. I can view, filter, and capability to export as well in XLS, download in XLS format or view the report. So this is what I love about it. Plus you do have different KPI reports as well, which you can list and see the sales you have for commissions, for services, for products, for clients. You have a lot of daybook income forecasting reports. You have a client order summary, balance history, SMS text response, which is very nice. You will be able to see the response of your client in the daybook, plus you have a report about it, which you can see their response to your campaigns, and if they would like to book. Keep in mind the SMS text communication is two-way, and every single time you'll see the reply of a client when you click customer profile timeline history, so you'll see clear. You don't need to search in your business phone between 100 clients and who said what and what they said and when. Simple. Opening the client profile, you have a very, very clear picture to see the reminders, communication that has been sent, and the SMS text. So if we will go to filter for the received and sent SMS text, we'll click clear and sent and received text, and you'll be able to see as well sent and received texts. And if you clear now, we'll be able to see received text as well, why, yes, and all the replies. So you can scroll and see exactly what it was, and see the received and the sent text as well. So it's a nice two-way communication between you and your clients, and a clear picture what is there and how it is. Under that admin, you can see we have different type of tax rates. That means it doesn't matter which country you are coming from, we have the capability to set up the tax from your country and that specific time zone and that specific currency. So it's very important. You can easily set up tax rates from your country, like VAT or any other tax rates if you are from a different states, from USA or different country, time zone and currency, so the clients will book online and pay in your specific currency with that specific tax rate and in your time zone. So that's very nice. Now, inside admin area, if I'll try to talk a little bit about the feature without going inside every feature. So I will explain you briefly what is and how it works. API clients, it's a feature where you can actually connect the system with a basic example with the leads functionality, where you can we can provide the API login details to your developers. If you have a dedicated company to build your website and create the leads forms, we can provide the API details, and then can write actually data into the software, into the lead section over the API, and we can generate the key and the secret, plus you can track the leads which are coming from their connection. With access control list, you can define who can provide which type of treatment. Very nice and easy, based on the qualification as well. With body treatment e-commerce templates, you can create more templates for fat-free treatments or laser hair removal or any type of treatment. With body composition fields, you can actually create the fields for fat-free treatments in that type of treatments related body. With the body booking cancellation fees, you can define what are the cancellation fees based on how and when they will cancel the appointment. If it's 24 hours before, if it's less than 24 hours, you can have 100% cancellation fee. If it's 48 hours, you can have 50%. If it's 36 hours, 25, and a few days before, then it's 0 cancellation fee. You can define these cancellation fees. You can define what are the fields for reviews when they place a review. You can specify what type of booking is, and this can be optional or mandatory field when they book the appointment online or in the clinic. You can have which booking are requested various and they must complete in order to book the appointment. Of course, you can have access to calculate all the treatment and the packages. You can define and create different categories based on their spendings and put your clients in different categories. You can have specific notification. This is another feature which is lovely, and I didn't say much about it. For example, you can send real-time notification to your doctor's smartwatch or to their email or to their mobile phone via SMS text when the customer arrives at the reception. If you have a big clinic and the customer gets at the reception and they sign the consent form, or when more nicely, when the reception will change the status into arrived, you can notify automatically. Setting this up will notify automatically the doctor customer arrived at the reception, already signed the form. So this is a very nice feature as well. Client feedback reviews, you'll be able to read all the reviews and feedbacks which are coming from your online portal after the customer has received the treatment. You can create more notes templates for clinical notes and import your templates, so you can easily pick from from the timeline of the client and write note about the patient, about the client. You can define consumable stock and consumable treatments in connection with consumable stock for professional products, and see exactly, for example, if you are providing a treatment from a bottle which has 100 milliliters, and for a treatment you are using 25 milliliters, after providing 4 treatments, the system can deduct automatically that bottle from the stock, and then you will have the stock updated after providing 4 treatments, and you will know exactly how many treatments you have provided that month, and how many bottles of that cream or serum have you used, and what are the consumables, so you will update the stocks easier. You can have different codes, and you can create codes with which can have an expiring date and time, and that can be used many times per client or only one time per client, and you can share these codes in social media. They can go online and book the appointment and use the code at the last step. You can define commission for courses and treatments as well for your therapists if you are working on a commission based. You can add more courses and sessions in the treatments and define what is the pricing of each, duration of each session, how many sessions, and if you will accept payment in installments or not. You can have custom fields for the customer account, and this is very popular in the clinic industry for doctors, surgeries, etc., where you can have your custom fields that the client can and must complete every single time when you want to know more details about their medical history, and they can complete this for inside the profile at the reception, and these custom fields will be automatically reflected in the form they will complete and send automatically into the form. In the same time, in the form, they have to complete and update the mobile number or the email address. This form will automatically update their profile as well, so you'll have accurate data and up to date, and they can confirm the account online via SMS, text, or email when they create first time the account by typing the code received in their message to their mobile. So it's very nice. With the data migration tools, we are helping you to import data and setting up the software in the first day. So we'll help you importing the clients you have with all their details, treatments which you'll provide, products which you'll sell, courses and packages of treatments. If you already work with MailChimp, we'll help you importing the customers with the emails, and if you already work with GoCardless.com, we'll help you importing the customers from there and the mandates. And the same is applicable for Treatwell. We'll help you importing the appointments from Treatwell if you already work with Treatwell, which is one of our integration partners. On the other side, we'll send you a welcome email which will include a nice template, and if the template will be respected, we can even help you to import the appointment. So in the template is very simple. Customer name will have this appointment at this date and time with this therapist between this period of time. So if we respect that simple format, then we'll help you even importing the appointments as well from a previous software or what have you used before. Under the departments, we have an option to create departments for tasks, so we can have HR, marketing, and create tasks and assign to different people and to different departments as well. For the discount codes, we can define different discounts based on student discount, referral friend discount, group discount, and this can be used as well at the payment stage, which you can select from the Dropbox what discount will be applied, or a specific discount percentage or a value. With the Adobe API settings, you do have the capability on top of the paperless consent forms tools we are providing. You can connect with Adobe for extra flexibility. If you would like to sign consent forms with Adobe Sign, then we can easily connect ClinicSoftware to Adobe, and you can sign forms over there. And this is nice because the two-way communication will give us the capability to have the form signed inside the customer history. You have an option to have different discount settings as well, applicable into the online, but into the software as well. An internal file manager inside the company. You can send, as you already know, since May 2018, GDPR is in place in Europe, and you can notify your clients if you're a new business once again to update their settings, and they can do it in 3 different ways. from their online portal account. If they will reply to this SMS text and click the link, they will have an option to update that, and you will have a dedicated form at the reception of the clinic as well to do this, and this will update the customer profile where they can opt in and opt out for which type of communication they would like to receive via SMS, text, and email, if it's a reminder or about a product or a treatment or an offer, etc. Under the history page, you'll be able to see all the history and activity which is in the clinic and who has done and which type of activity, which is very nice. Under the invoices and invoices settings, we have different settings to personalize the invoice in the same way and look and feel you would like to have. Logo of your clinic, your colors, fields, address, mobile, thank you for paying the invoice, promotional message, promoting a treatment, etc. Under the knowledge base, you have the capability to open every single feature and learn more about it, and this has a very nice structure per category and subcategories, and attached to that you have a nice video for every feature which you can follow and learn about the software. Location password, of course, you can change the password for all the staff members, doctors, practitioners, and for the location and a manager as well. Only the clinic manager has access and clinic owner to this feature, and activate the two-factor authentication, which is our suggestion from day one. In the same way as you have security for your online banking, it doesn't matter the name of the bank you are with. When you log in into the online banking, the online banking will ask you to type a code, a unique code. That code is generated by an app inside your smartphone. 90% of the cases, the app which is with the same name as your bank, or a unique tool which will generate a unique code every 8 seconds. This app, one of the most popular, is Google Authenticator. It's the second layer of security. When you log in, you type your username, your password, but let's say you've been to a public place, to a restaurant, and urgently have to log in. Then if someone saw your password, they cannot log in into the system. Why? Because they don't have this unique code which is generated from your app. So we are working with Duo.com and Google Authenticator. You have different ways of activating. You can have call, push, SMS, text, or app. So the app will generate for you the unique code which you can type to access the private data of your clients. So also just to activate not only changing the password after you get the access to the software license, but activating the two-factor authentication as well as a second security layer. Loyalty point settings. With these settings, as I said before, you have the option to set up currency exchange. Spend £100 and you'll get 10 points, and when you collect 100 points, you can exchange with 10 pounds, for example. Then you can define what rewards you like to add and the vouchers at which value they can exchange. With next feature, MailChimp notifications, you can send a notification via MailChimp and connect in real time with the MailChimp integration we have. That means every single time a client will be added into the system from the clinic reception, or they'll come from the online, the software will send automatically into your MailChimp list if they tick the box subscribe to the newsletter. So this is how it works. And on top of the MailChimp, we have the Mandrill feature. Mandrill is a product from MailChimp, which and how it's working, and which you can use for sending bulk of emails. If you have a chain of clinics and you have a nice newsletter layout which you are using to promote your treatments, products every month, then you can send weekly newsletters about your products, your services, case study with your customers, amazing results, a nice video, a testimonial inside the newsletter. And this can be sent via Mandrill, where you can have bulk of 25 emails. So it depends how big is your business. You can use MailChimp, and with this you have free newsletter services for up to 2,000 customers, 12,000 emails a month with MailChimp. And with Mandrill, if you have more, you can upgrade your MailChimp account or move to Mandrill, which will give you the capabilities to send this to 100,000 client database. Once again, it depends how big is your business. So you can send this to a specific number or to 100,000 customers. We do have clients with one clinic, 2, 3, 5, or 9, or more than 10, and they do have a lot of clients, and they're managing the business beautiful, and they are sending these beautiful newsletters to more than 100,000 people. So it's good to use Mail in that scenario. With the marketing features and automations, as I mentioned before, you can connect the campaigns, create the campaigns, connect the emails, SMS, text, links, and lists under an automation, and the sources as well with it. And you have an option to create nice, amazing automation trees and improve your marketing strategies from one month to another. Then another feature which is nice, you can have the online booking requirements. When they book online, you can specify and decide, I would like them to book online and complete these custom fields, or activate as a must via SMS, text, and email their account in order to see as a genuine customer, or charge this specific amount. And plus, when you talk about the online booking, you can specify which staff member can check and see the appointments online, which people are available to provide these treatments online, or online consultation, or access the data from online, and what are the restrictions you would like to add in place. Once again, this is totally custom, from layout to design, logo, colors, menu options. The online booking platform, which will have the same look and feel as your website. You have an option to add more patch tests in the system and define the patch test. This is popular for laser hair removal before having a treatment. You can define your power plates courses. You can add more products, updating the pricing, the picture of the product as well, adding the video, and decide if you like to sell products at reception only or online, or both, at reception and online as well. Promotions will give you the ability to create more promotions. You can define what is the quick access menu. Then you can have different referral schemes for referring a friend from online. You can access the refund mode if you have to refund the receipt, and refund the payment as well, and this will be recorded with minus into your report. You can access report section and reports settings and permissions in order to provide access to your specific staff member to specific reports into the system, so you can easily do this. Plus, you can define the resources categories, unit types, and the resources which you are using, like rooms, different treatment machines, laser machines, etc. You can define your targets as well, and sundries, till float, which is actually what we have left in the till from the previous day. You can add more services and treatments into the system, create more categories, define the commissions, define if there is any spending private and spending salon, check the SMS text history, and top up your accounts with more credit for the SMS text. We do have partners for every country worldwide. In Europe, USA, you have partners which you can top up with credit and use for SMS text reminder, which are a very effective way, and the opening rate is great, or for mobile marketing campaigns. You can add more staff members based on which license you have and what is the level and the limit of your license, and define, after adding the staff member, their shifts or what treatments they can provide. You can define their commissions as well, updating the contact details of your staff, as you do have a feature to contact all the staff members in one go, example, reception or meeting or training in this day at that period of time. Define permissions, what features and pages they can access. Add more staff types, nurses, doctors, therapists, practitioner, HR, etc. Update the stock you have into the system. Define more storage rooms, prices, define your tax rates based on which country you are. We have even the capability to connect with TMAX devices as well. Open and print the user guide in PDF format. This is a user guide which is in PDF format, but I will always suggest you to check the knowledge base, which is knowledge base which has a video attached to it, so it's easy to understand. You can connect with Zero and check the Zero pending receipts, and in the same time you have the lead status, which you can define, and location menu, user menu, which is very important. You can provide access, simplify the menu, leave access to all the features, or simplify the menu as well, and give them access to only a few features. Now, as you can see, the software is very comprehensive and can be tailored to your business and it's very versatile, and it's beautiful to use it for your business. On top of the main features, you have the features which are related to the Clinic Manager. If we log out here, you have a menu where only the business owner and the business manager can access and use it. On top of the location and the staff, you have a location management menu where you can import yourself and do the setup by yourself, or you can assist to our support department. You can have you can access the support department, request help, and they will help you. This is available at support.clinicsoftware.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once again, support.clinicsoftware.com. You can open tickets and ask questions. You can send an email at uksupport@clinicsoftware.com. And if it's something urgent after you are a client, then you can of course call us. Example, you don't have access to the system. As you can see, you have access to even more tools and features, and for locations, you can add more locations, you can add more stuff, you can define their permissions, what they can access, you can edit your staff member account, you can see the profile and what rights they have, if it's a manager or not, if you like to list this in the daybook, enable online booking or not. You can define the shifts for a period of time for 6 months in advance. This is beautiful as well, and between which time you would like to define this. You can change their PIN when they access the system. We can even provide permission to different features and tools in the system. As you can see, on and off, you can easily switch on and off this access to the pages for every staff member. You can go to the business users and see exactly and define different business users and where they'll have access. You can access the consent forms and update more forms and add more forms into the system. Under the software settings, as I said before, you can define your time zone. You can add your company name, which currency you are using, what is your currency code, plus if you have settings include the VAT on receipt, or you don't want to include the VAT on the receipt, and all the other settings which are related to your license. You have notifications as well, and nice and easy, you can define all the automated notifications. Here are the automated notifications where the system will send them automatically. Example, SMS appointment reminder, it will be sent with 2 days before. I can generate to 3 to 1. I can use placeholder, I can replace the text, and this will be sent at 7 p.m. Same thing for SMS, text, and emails. You have these beautiful settings, and these are automated. Birthday message, I would like to send a specific message to my clients, happy birthday, come to the clinic, you'll have 10% off. Different emails and texts which can be sent in a nice way and set up nicely to use placeholders, which will extract automatically the client name from the database, client appointment, therapist name, very nice and easy. Tax rates, here you can define different tax rates as well, and you can use it for the system. Then you can switch on and off restriction to different pages like rejuvenation. You can connect your Go Cardless account, you can connect your Zero account, you can define, and inside Zero you can connect with a specific account based on which type of payments is in the software, cash, card, discounts, promotions, etc. Plus you can go and update your online booking settings as well, and you have different features and tools. And under the locations, if you edit one location, you can update your contact details, logo, plus you can connect to treat as well that specific location. You can have one branch or more branches. At this moment, I'm going to select the support account and back into the system as well. I can switch between the branches or list all the locations, and I can see all the appointments. We will have a different webinar session for Q&A where we'll show you as well. By the way, this is a nice lovely search box which will list me everything about this client, and then it can search inside the appointments, clients, leads, reports, products, so I can see straightforward if I have any client with this name as well. In a different webinar, we'll talk more about the managerial features. Now you have a good picture of which features and tools you can use with ClinicSoftware.com, how you can manage your business, and we'll have another webinar for admin area, where we'll talk about the managerial features and what other options and tools you can set up and activate from the admin. Plus we'll have a Q&A session with you directly, where we'll answer to all the questions you may have, and we'll show you example of implementation which we have completed for our existing clients, clinics, doctors, clinics from Harley Street, from London, from UK, Dubai, Norway, Canada, Australia, Cyprus, etc. We do have worldwide clients, and you will see how nicely the implementations are totally customized at their branding image, booking online, how nice is the customer journey, and how beautiful it is, and we'll explain you and show you why you should use Clinic Software to manage your business. I was Alex. Thank you so much for your time, and I cannot wait to show you at the next meeting. Have a lovely day ahead, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.